Peace to the gods, peace to the earth. Peace to all the righteous families on the planet Earth. This your man, the King of Truth. King Truth is Allah. King Truth is Allah. Coming to you on this Understanding Equality Day of November. Peace. Oh man, how y'all feel out there? Right? Peace. That was a quote from DMC, Run DMC. How y'all feel out there? Check this out, right? But yeah, man, peace. So how I see today's math? I see today's math as understanding equality now. Peace to the gods, peep game. I flipped the script, man. Man, I can't never think of my Instagram, but I got an Instagram. It's King Truth is 7 some underscore up in there. I don't know, but I do a lot of posting on IG and YouTube, social media, and I flipped the script, man. Father Allah wanted us to build and destroy things that was not right and exact, right? He wanted us to build. And so, he wanted us to build and add on positively, add on positively, no negativity, right? Don't take away something if it's right and exact. If it's a building block, you understand. So, I flip, striving to be right and exact. I truly believe, and if, the gods and earths wake up and tap into their common sense, to their right knowledge, they gonna come to the conclusion like I did. Understanding should come before wisdom, understanding. Knowledge, understanding, wisdom should come before. Understanding should be number 2 after knowledge, right? And so how do I see understanding equality? I think that's better than wisdom equality. You got to understand equality to teach. Each one teach one. You got to understand knowledge, understand wisdom, understand culture, understand power, understand refinement, understand freedom. You got to understand. What Dr. Umar say? Understand, overstand, understand. Understand, understand, overstand. So, you got to, what's the definition that I found up here? They say understanding is having a clear mental picture of something. A clear mental picture of what's being explained. Right? So that's understand. So understanding equality, today's mathematics breaks down into or adds up into 8. 8 is build, destroy in our supreme mathematics. Build, destroy, build, and it's a slash, and it's destroy. I think slash mean and or. So build and or destroy. Right? So understanding equality, I'm going to say, should destroy the notion, the belief that women are secondary. When we are supposed to deal with all things equal, all human beings, places, things, places, person, things equal, then, that should destroy women being secondary. You see what I'm saying? I'm still on that, right? Women is not secondary. Women is equal to men. Without woman being fertile, being earth, being God, being goddess, life, human life will not continue. So man got the seed, but women got the fertility. And without fertility, seeds are worthless. So true equality is understanding, supreme understanding of women being equal. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I see today's man. So, we should destroy the notion, the idea, the belief women is secondary when they're equal. Sometimes women act secondary to call themselves being submissive to men or whatever, but they equal. Without women, human life will not continue to exist, go on, continue progress without women. So that's how I see today's math, right? Peace. I'm gonna talk about some money, man. I'm gonna talk about money matters, man. I'm gonna talk about money matters, and it's been like bothering me, man. I think why people, black people, for example, are behind income-wise. Our idea of middle class is low. This is some good stuff I'm drinking. People think I drink beer, but I'll be drinking beer dry, but this is ginger ale. I drink this, and I drink ALE8, ALE8. Now, ALE8 got caffeine in it, but this some good ginger ale, strong, and it helps with my digestion, right? Sometimes, but my mouth dry upon itself. So, so it's, so like back in the day in Detroit, due to automotive industry, people would say, those some good jobs, and they was like paying $35,000, $25,000, $40,000 a year. That's low. Today's middle class starts at $56,600, or rounded up $60,000 to $169,800. That's considered. Research shows $60,000 to $180,000 is considered to be middle class. Anything under $56,000 is considered low income. So somebody making $50,000 a year is considered to be a low income household, right? Whether it's 2, 3 people, one person making $50,000 a year is considered to be lower income, right? And so, man, so what they say, that's really no money, man. And, we got to do better than thinking middle class is $50,000. That's $50,000, $60,000 is really not a good job. I mean, for part-time work, if you was working 20 to 25 hours a week, making that's good money. But somebody making, somebody working 40 hours plus a week, making $50,000 and $60,000 is low income. We struggling. And so I'm saying, $50,000 ain't no money. It's a struggle, right? So, we got to step our game up, right? And so back with Mitt Romney, I think I talked about this before, but I'm gonna talk about it again. Back when Mitt Romney was running for president, right? Mitt Romney is a Republican. He was the governor of Maine, I think it's Maine. I think he was the governor of Maine or Massachusetts or something, right? And he's a Mormon, got a big family, got a lot of children, got a lot of grandchildren. And, his father was the governor of Michigan back in the 50s or 60s. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. His father was the governor of Michigan back in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Somewhere back then, his father was the governor of Michigan. And, he said while he was running for president in the early 2000s or something that he believed, according to his teaching, that middle class started at 300,000 and went to 1 million. 300,000 to 1 million is considered to be middle class in his book. Now, he's a wealthy man. He started some businesses, some franchise that he was running, and so, he's a smart man. He's a businessman. And, I think Obama took his way of health care for the state that he was governing, made it national mandatory policy law, right? I say, wow, and being from Michigan, and he said, he wouldn't have bailed out the automotive industry, and I'm talking about universal health care. I say, wow, so but now, with inflation, I'm really stuck on that number. 300,000 to 1 million is considered real middle class. So I just done some research, right? And it said, 300,000 is the top 10% income, right? But it will provide you a very middle class lifestyle in a big, expensive city, especially if you have children. So they saying 300,000 is not a lot of money if you live in the state of California, the state of New York. It is that expensive. But 300,000 will feel like 150,000, especially if you have children. And 150,000 is, I guess some kind of lower middle class or middle class. But, it ain't nothing, man. We got to step our game up, man. We got to step our game up, man. This is ridiculous, man. People, it's a struggle just to make $100,000. You see what I'm saying? So, what did I say? And so then they were saying, high income is considered to be $1 million. But so I'm thinking though today, if based on Mitt Romney's thinking, so I'm thinking today middle class will start at $450 to $2 million. Well, today with inflation, gas being $4, or I'm thinking groceries, I'm thinking real middle class start at $450,000 to $2 million. I think that's, I think if you make $1 million, that's, $1 million a year, good money. $500,000 is good money. But you have to live financially wise. You have to, you can't be a fool. You'd be a fool to blow that money or go through that money like that just because you get a big paycheck every week or every 2 weeks or whatever, right? Or every month. But, yeah, man. So yeah, man, that's just, I'm thinking about some money, man, how to step the game up. You see what I'm saying? Out in these industries, try to get 6-7 figures. You see what I'm saying? Try to hustle up. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, but, man, they saying people, research say, financial research say middle class start at 60,000 to 180,000. and anything under that is low class. But people got it messed up. People think 50,000 and 65,000 is good money for that to be the whole household income, man. That's ridiculous. You know, that's so I'm saying, like, we've been lied to. Black people in Michigan been lied to, because the automotive industry is the largest industry in Michigan. Like, even, you know, forklift companies and oil companies, their biggest customers is the automotive industry. It's the big three. The big three is Chrysler, GM, and Ford. Now, Chrysler is owned by Fiat. You got Ford and GM. But, they the big three. They the UAW and all suppliers. And most suppliers are in the UAW. That's the United Auto Workers. That's a union. And, some of these employees make $50,000 and $60,000 and $70,000. And it's just like, man, it ain't no money. It ain't no money, man. It ain't no money. So that leads me to brings me to startup costs of business. So if we want, and so they say, the best way to make some money is be an entrepreneur. Start your own business. Find a necessity that a large amount of people need, and feel that necessity. Right? You got to create something that that a large group of people need, this or want or desire. This why cell phones and laptops and computers make so much money, because it is feel a need. Right? So startup costs of business, man. People say, well, why you don't start your own business? Man, it's startup costs. It's startup costs why I don't start my own business. Now, I come across money come through my hands. Well, I have just enough. And so if something happen, I got a bill come up, I got to do this, I get tired, I get fatigued, and so I sit on it, and it disappears. It disappears, man. So I'm learning financial management. Right now, I didn't graduate college, so I'm studying financial management independently. And hopefully, I take something away from financial management books that will help me be more disciplined. Right? But man, so startup costs, everything. People say, why don't you start your own business? Like, I could just, we can just jump into that. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to go buy some new equipment for $200,000, $300,000. Really? Or I'm gonna go finance some new equipment. I gotta have $30,000, $40,000 to go. You see what I'm saying? So that's the hindrance of any person trying to start their own business is startup costs. It costs money, plus you got to keep your own bills you got going. So, man, I'm taking these, I'm studying this book, and it's, I got to slow down and get right. You know what I mean? And, it's with anybody, man. Everybody start their own business, man, but you got to work on startup costs and putting yourself in the right financial position to, to do that. Like, you got to be in good personal financial health, to start your own business. You got to, you got to get rid of debt. You got to have emergency funds. You got to have a damn near perfect credit score to, be in the right position to start your own business. You see what I'm saying? You got to be in good health. You got to have medical to be in good health. You got to understand your financial health before you start your own business. Because if you branch off and be independent in anything and you go down, what's your business going to do? You see what I'm saying? So, man, just, learn a lot of things, man. Startup costs. Oh, man. And so, startup costs. And so, I'm going to talk about somebody was like, man, you need to speak on the Columbus, Ohio, and the modern Nazis marching. Well, Nation Gods of Earth teach. That's what they do. The gods, the young gods from the early 60s was like, that's what they do. We expect them to do what they do. They weren't surprised at the at racism. And so, today, Nation Gods of Earth members shouldn't be surprised at racism. That's what they do. My thing is, you got to understand where they coming from, right? And so you got to, look into them. You got to study their articles and how they feel. They since the progress of black people, I've read and heard they feel their existence is their existence is being dwindled, being reduced. Some of them got believe in old ways and don't understand the progression and the sentiment of slavery, right? And racism in America. They think they don't have because they was leading, they was winning during slavery and Jim Crow era, you see. And so for it to change and black millionaires and billionaires pop up, it is threatening their ideology. And so you got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And just talk cordial, peace, understand and teach. Slavery never should have happened. We trying to get reparations. It was horrifically wrong to enslave African continental people. You see what I'm saying? Melanated black people. It was horrifically wrong. And racism gets human being, race of people nowhere. But conflict is war, right? That's not peace. So we just gotta explain to the lost white brothers that, it ain't no beef, man. We just trying to be free and live like them. You see what I'm saying? Practice our culture freedom. You see what I'm saying? They have the freedom, the culture to do that. You gotta understand and don't let it affect you. You see what I'm saying? You got to be armed with knowledge to just understand and be able to speak on it and teach others how to deal with it peacefully, cordially. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. And so I guess I'll talk about Dr. Umar versus LeBron James. I put something up on Instagram. Dr. Umar said LeBron is controlled. Now, we trying to work on Dr. Umar's delivery of how he talks about popular people athletes, actors. We trying to get him to be more civilized. Dr. Umar. He's not gonna hold you up, man. And so sometimes his, how he talks about people can lead to beef. And so I was getting a lot of comments about the video. Some people saying Dr. Umar quack, don't listen to him, he a hater, LeBron not controlled. Well, I put the video up there because, I believe LeBron is controlled. Right? And I don't necessarily have any hard feelings of beef toward LeBron. I don't have no beef with LeBron. And so I try to tell Dr. Umar, man, LeBron and athletes and actors wasn't raised like you or me. They wasn't raised with conscious parents. They wasn't raised with conscious family members. So, they ain't hip to, they make this money and, you think they selling out, but they grateful to the people that pay them, so they go that way. They don't know, what I'm saying, black, buy black, support black businesses, invest in black. They don't know that. And, Dr. Umar talked to y'all like y'all supposed to know. Right? And so, but yeah, and so I talk about, how LeBron is, I've already talked about how LeBron is controlled or was controlled when he went against Kyrie Irving, when they suspended, when the league and the Brooklyn Nets suspended Kyrie, and Nike dropped Kyrie because he wouldn't take the COVID shot, and so LeBron spoke out against him, and then Kyrie was attacked for some press dude accused Kyrie of being anti-Semitic, and LeBron backed the league, which the commissioner of the NBA is Jewish. And, he came out and said Kyrie is anti-Semitic, which is anti-Jewish. Kyrie did not say or do anything that was anti-Semitic, and LeBron went against Kyrie. And they say Adam Silver told him to do that. So LeBron is controlled by the Jews. He just, caught a lot of flack by welcoming home BMF Beach. From what I understand, BMF Beach been home, but that's another story. And so people's like, why would you recognize and say what's up to a overglorified drug dealer with a 6th grade education? What's your problem? People, went off on him. So, LeBron has a television show. The Lakers are Jewish. Star's CEO is Jewish. And you could safely say LeBron is controlled. You see what I'm saying? If BMF Beats got a show about him, then he must be cool to say welcome home. You see what I'm saying? He must be cool. So it's like, LeBron can't think for himself on things outside of basketball and sports, you see. And so, he has very poor advisors that, allow him to, get off into these areas ill-advised, you see. But yeah, Kyrie is not he didn't do nothing. And I think that broke the opportunity for Kyrie to join the Lakers to try to get another ring. See Kyrie, LeBron, and AD. But Kyrie's, I ain't playing with you. And then, some people say LeBron ain't take the COVID shot. He was working out like a motherfucker trying to stay. He didn't take it. But he didn't advertise he didn't take it. See, Kyrie was taking a stand against it. And I think that bothers some people. And then he posted something on his Instagram that the Jewish people and that lead the NBA could attack. And it's all bullshit. Kyrie not anti-Semitic. What he posted on his Instagram was not anti-Semitic. Come to find out, they do have black Jews. They was up here saying there ain't no black Jews. But they do have black Jews. Which is a black person that is Jewish. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. LeBron needs better advisors when he trying to lead a league and want to be in other areas of industry. You see what I'm saying? So, that's all I'm saying. I'm out. Peace.